Hello, this is the first in hopefully a long series of tutorials about the Community Builder Auto Action plugin. The Auto Action plugin is a very powerful add-on. It's a paid add-on. It's available for professional members and developer members from Joomlapolis, and it really helps you fill in lots of gaps and do many workflow related actions on your website. This is going to be just the introduction today, and we'll probably set up one action so you get the feel of how this works. Now, those of you who are new to Joomla probably are not aware that Joomla is an object-oriented script software that basically acts on events. An event basically fires a trigger, and there are code elements that are basically listening for this specific trigger, and if they actually see it raised, they will execute their respective code. Let's give an example. An event could be a user logon, a user log off, a profile update, sending an email to a different user, updating your avatar image. All these are events in Joomla and in Community Builder basically. So what the CB Auto Actions tool does, it allows you to create actions that are listening to specific triggers. And an action could be sending an email to somebody, updating a Community Builder field. There's a whole series of actions that are built in to CB Auto Actions. Now, I had created a presentation that I did last year in Joomla and Beyond session, and I have these slides online, so I'll be giving you a link in the comments of the video so you can go and look at the slides. But let me just roll over one of the slides that I want to show you. So basically, the first thing we'll be talking about triggers, and Community Builder at the time of the presentation had like 43 triggers that were supported. Group Jive has 206, CB subs, and so on. All the elements, all the code add-ons that we have in Community Builder, whether free or paid, have events, and CB Auto Actions has been configured to be able to easily listen off these events. So the idea is we have to identify the event we want, choose what action we want to take place when that event fires, and add our specific logic to that action. So let me just go ahead and show you. I've already installed CB Auto Actions here, and this is actually a nightly build, so it's 6.0.1 and a nightly build after that. Nightly builds are available to paid members on Joomlapolis, so it's an extra benefit here. Let me just look at the configuration parameters. Let's just publish it. There's nothing here. The parameter set is basically there are 3 parameters here that we will not cover today. I'm just showing you that they exist. We'll be covering them in a future tutorial because they're probably more advanced than this level is right now. So let me just close that. I see in addition to the Auto Action parameters, there's an Auto Actions button because it's a component area. So click on that, and we'll see I've already created the first auto action here, which we'll be going through, but you can create a new one just by clicking new here. Okay, and we go through a series of steps. The first step is we have to select a trigger here. So if you click on this, it'll basically open, and you'll see a lot of, they're not cryptic names, they kind of describe you the trigger. So we see, for example, after login form, after logout form, before user login, during login, after user login. We'll be using, for starters here, the after user login because we kind of understand what that means. After a user logs in, we want something to happen. Okay, so that's the first thing we would select here. And let me just go back, cancel this, and actually edit the one I've already created here. So clicked on that. So we've given it a name here. The name, basically the title. The title says send email to admin on user logon. Okay, I've selected the after user login trigger, and I have a little description here saying simple email action to send an email to a specific admin address every time a user logs into the site. It's published. The type here is email. If I click here, I will see there are a lot of CB auto action types. We'll be focusing on the email one just to make it easy. Everything else will keep the way it is, default. And then we go, we look at the other tabs here. We have conditions tab. Let's keep this empty for now. We'll go back to this. Action. The action tab is associated with the auto action type that we selected. So we selected the email auto action type, and that's why we're seeing an email formulation here. We see who we're going to send the email to. So I'm just basically hard coding the email address I want this email sent to. The subject, just putting a generic subject, a user has logged in. And I've selected the mode to be HTML, so I'm saying I'm going to be sending an HTML email, and that's why I'm putting paragraph tags here. And the email basically says hi there in first paragraph. Second paragraph, a user has logged into the CB 2.0 tutorial site. Third paragraph, this email was generated by our auto action script. Simple enough. I'm not touching anything else. I'm keeping everything to default. Saving and close this. I'm not changing anything else in the parameters, and it's published. So let me just go ahead and test here. Let me log in as a user. Okay, and I'm just switching here to check my emails. Yep, I just got an email. I'm just going to drag it over to you. And that's what it says basically. Hi there. A user has logged in to the CB 2.0 tutorial site, just the way I formulated it. Now, okay, you understand how this works. Now let's see if we can make it a little more useful. Let's assume I don't want to send an email when every user logs in. Maybe I just want to focus on one user. I would go to the conditions tab here, for example, and select here equals to, for example, and do a username substitution. So I'm saying if the username is equal to Fenya, for example. And let's just save. Well, let's make it even better here. Oh, you understand how this works now, so I'm just saving that. So right now, what's basically going to happen is any user could log in, but if the user doesn't have a username that equals to Fenya, this will not trigger. So we're basically filtering this action based on this condition. Okay, let me remove that. You understand how that works, okay? Let me remove that now. And let's go back to our action and try to make this even more powerful. A user has just logged in. Let's do a user with username equals. Let's make this bold, actually strong. It's more the correct tag. And let's put a substitution here, username. Okay, so let me save that and close it. And go back to my front end, log out. Let me log in as Paulina, for example. Okay, switching to my email. Yep, just came in. There we go. Hi there. A user with username equals Paulina has just logged in to the CB2.0 tutorial site. This email was generated and so on. Okay, I think I'm stopping here. I don't want to get people overly excited or overly involved. Take a look at what we just did. Read the presentation slides I'm going to attach. I'm going to put a link in the comments, and stay tuned for the next tutorial. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.